With part 3 coming around, and we got the final quote-unquote hint, that being the little event that is, you give Goku your energy. Now, I do have my theories on what it could be, and we're going to be discussing what I like to call the giant diamond-shaped hole that is left in right at the moment. So we're going to be talking about that today, so let's get that started with. Now, if you look at the history of the past releases, they always hint up to anniversary. We have fucking future Trunks hinting towards Gohan. The Gohan and Trunks, same with Goku Black with, God Key, Future and stuff. Now, I'm going to say this. We do have a diamond massive shaped hole, and that is because we got 2 diamond units this year, which that cannot be ignored. You cannot ignore when we get especially like 2 units like this, especially with how we actually still haven't gotten our regen character yet. I just now thought of that because we got Ultra Buhan and Legend Piccolo. They have not hinted towards anything so far. I mean, if you want to say a powerful opponent for Broly and Buhan, but that's kind of a bit of a stretch, because for me, that's more like Goku Black and Bardock Pure Saiyans. Now, I do think that if we are to get Daima, it will not be alone. Like, we could get a LR Kid SSJ4, I meant to say. He will not come alone, because that would be a shitty way to end off the anniversary, and I just don't think that would be the best if he just came alone. I do think that he'd be a great partner to someone, like whether it be an Ultra Goma or someone else from Daima, but if he is to come, he will not come alone. Now I will get on to the more obvious pick, LR SSJ3 Goku. Now, he is probably going to have a Spirit Bomb finish, and if I'm quite frank, I don't want him to be an LR. Now, I say this because I'd rather him actually be an Ultra. If he were to be a single Ultra, but he is the first Ultra LF, he is the first Ultra Tag unit, he has like 2 different LFs maybe, one for fully charged Spirit Bomb, one for not fully charged, then I think he'd be a great pick. And he could introduce a new gimmick where blue cards, switch to the ground, look no further than the Tag SSJ2 and SSJ3 Vegeta. That blue card, basically, if that was made today, that would 100% sent to the floor. Now, I do say that because both Diamond units are actually SSJ3. Now, let's say hypothetically it was SSJ4 Goku, then I would actually say that, yeah, we are probably getting Diamond, we are probably going to get like, a Kid SSJ4. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about now, great. But I do think that it is possible we do see, Diamond Part 3, but I do think it's super unlikely, especially because it's Spirit Bomb themed. But this is also the unpredictable 8th anniversary, you gotta remember that. Now, the background is actually Namek, but I don't really think that amounts to really anything. I do think it's just kind of lazy, just, to show that, but the graphic is Goku shirtless, which is from the Turles movie. Because, that's the one time he actually did use Spirit Bomb shirtless. All the other times he had, his Under Armour on, or Under Gi on, whatever you want to say. Now, I do want to bring up this. I brought it up before. We have not got a regen rep this entire anniversary, but we got 2 regen characters. As you know, earlier this year, we got LR Piccolo and Ultra Buhan. So, I do think a LR Kid Buu is likely. Now, we get an LR Kid Buu with an Ultra Spirit Bomb. I do think they would go hand in hand. Now, the thing is that I'm going to get into a little bit of the data mine, but the data mines did find that there is something called Soda, which, relates to Genki, which, Genki Dama Spirit Bomb. So, and they also found an execution mechanic, which would bypass any second life, like revival, endurance, indestructible, comeback, succession. Now, let's say hypothetically we do get this. It would actually be good for the meta, but, they'd be just, Gohan and Trunks will just be, so dominating because they just run alongside them. And by them, I mean whatever, Sun Family unit we're going to get. Because it's going to be a Sun Family unit. We are getting a Sun Family unit. This is a Sun Family, thing. Because, we're guaranteed Sun Fam because, we only got one Goku this year. And as you know, that just ain't enough for this game. Now, I want to get on to, what his LF could be if it is, Spirit Bomb. I do think that, I don't think it's just going to be a normal punch. Like, a punch into the Spirit Bomb. Like, what they did last time. I do think that it's going to be a charge up, like a preparation mode. But I do think they're going to add something, whether that be, tapping the screen a bunch, or I'm trying to think of what else. or like, let's say, like, key use, that could be something big, based on the amount of key your team uses and the enemy team uses, you know, that could go into how strong the Spirit Bomb is. Now, do I think it's probably going to be... what I think it's going to do is it could be timed to where if you get X amount of key off, it'll go off early because, you know, it's fully charged. But if you don't, it will still go off, but it'll be weaker. And I say this because if it is the first option, if it is the latter... well, I forgot how the fucking thing goes. But if it's the first option, we could get a unique animation where, you know, Goku goes Super Saiyan, you know, does the little machina. I completely forgot what he said in English. I sound like a fucking dweeb right now. But yeah, he says that. He does the push. You know, everyone says Goku do it. You know, he eviscerates the enemy. He gives a thumbs up to Vegeta. Thumbs up. You know, you could see Hercule in the back. I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing here. But the second option, where you don't use enough but he still uses it, that could be just, you know, straight up the Dokkan version where... I'm actually forgetting because it's been so long since I've seen it. Okay, I actually just watched it, and instead of going Super Saiyan, Goku just goes into base form, does a little push, nullify the revive still, because I do think that's going to be the constant between the two, if you fill it up all the way and if you don't. The revive will still get nullified because, you know, everybody loves revive. The revive / you know, second life mechanic, that will get nullified for both, but the only difference is the animation and the little animation. Like, for example, like I told you before, the fully charged one will give the thumbs up, but the semi-finished version, what they will do instead is they will show, like, you know, Hercule, like, holding on to Vegeta, like, it's just the same picture from, you know, Dokkan. Now on to Daima. As I said before, I do think Kid SSJ3 is possible, and I do think he would actually mesh well with the, you know, execution mechanic, because, you know, they could just make it that his, you know, LF, or the ultimate, because I don't think he's gonna come in SSJ3. If he is, then I don't think he's gonna be a revival unit. Like, I just don't think that because we already got our SSJ3 from Daima, and quite frankly, I don't think anybody gives a fuck. But since he's already there, if we didn't get him, and let's say hypothetically it was like, fucking, I don't know, Tag Majin Buu and Goo instead of that SSJ3, then I do think that he would have been a revival or something else, but I don't see him coming as a revival just yet, because I don't think we're ever going to get one like that until, you know, very, very obviously later, but that's, you know, talking out my ass here. But yeah, it's as simple as, you know, just make it so the Kamehameha, the little spin he does, you know, make that, just, you know, nullify, just make that, give that the execution mechanic, you know, nullify any second life, and I do think that'd be good, because, you know, the meta is, you know, dominated by, you know, revives, indestructible, like, no, not really indestructible, more like just revive, double Goku Black, double cancellation, Broly buff cancellation. It's just a mess out there, so I do think this would actually be good, especially if both units have this mechanic. I could actually see us, if we do get Majin Buu, they could give him this mechanic, just make him, like, absorb the enemy or something, or, you know, blow up the planet. Just some way. I do think that both of these units, whatever they are, if it's, you know, Ultra Tag Goku and Vegeta, or LR Tag Goku and Vegeta, Kid SSJ4, or LR Kid Buu, I do think I do think both units in Part 3 need this new mechanic just to eliminate the amount of second lives we have, because as we know, it's crazy, and we kind of are living in a bit of a safety net with all, you know, the stuff. But yeah, that's gonna be all just a quick little video, quick little, you know, discussing the Part 3 before, you know, actually reacting to it, because I do think, you know, I do think that, or Crackhead Theory is gonna be my fucking long shot. It is a SSJ, it was a Nameku, you know, SSJ Nameku, who transforms, because we actually don't have that in the game yet. We actually don't have that, Namek Saga Spirit Bomb yet, and we don't have that represented in LF form in the game at all at the moment. So, that could be it, but I don't think that'd be it, because I just don't see it, but that is anniversary worthy. I'm just saying, that is anniversary worthy. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video, which will probably be the reaction video, and we'll see who it is then. Hey, bye.